what do you find to be the most challenging aspect of being in practice, and how do you overcome it?
Um, the monotony of it, the boringness. It's the boringness.
So I have to interrupt you for 1 second. So in one aspect, you said, and I know what you mean, but I'm going to ask anyway because somebody else might not. But so in one aspect, you're telling me how exciting it is, and the next aspect, you're telling me how monotonous it can be. So just elaborate on that one a little bit.
It's exciting because I believe it's like because it's a game. It's business is a game, right? And I want to continue to win this game. So it's exciting because you get to grow and build and evolve and win the game, right? Run a very successful business, right? However, at the end of the day, it is the same thing day in, day out. But there, again, it's hard because the repetitiveness will it's like watching paint dry to a certain degree. It's exciting because you change lives. And the problem is we change so many lives we take for granted. Like, this is really sad, is that we don't get excited when we literally change somebody's life. We're like, oh, that's cool. Next. And you're like, whoa. So you have to like celebrate the wins, right? And so that's the hard part, is that you have all these beautiful, wonderful, amazing things that happen, and they happen again and again and again. A luxury of today is a necessity of tomorrow. So when you get better as a doctor, communicate and treat and heal, and patients get better, you go, oh, cool, I expected that. Moving on. So I think part of the monotony is you have to chop wood and carry water, right? It's virtuosity is the term, and it's defined as doing the common uncommonly well. And so what you have to understand is great businesses and great practices get great because they do the basics over and over and over again for a long enough period of time. They do all the things like you do. You forgot to do, Vinny. You forgot. You just gave up the postcards, gave up the handwritten thing, and that's like the small thing. You go, it doesn't matter. Just no. If you sit down quietly over a drink, you go, dang, I got this and this and this, and these are all the things I should be doing, but you don't do. And so it's hard because they're really boring and they're not sexy. They're not exciting. So that's why when I say the monotony, it's like, it's not super sexy to get to the end of my day and go, I am really tired. I get in character, ring, ding, ding. Hey, patient X, how was your first adjustment? How are you feeling? That is really painful and hard to do 10,000 times. But that is the thing. That's the magic. That's what makes it work, right? So if there's one thing that I could take home when you talk about this, it's like the most challenging aspect to overcome is enjoy the basics, enjoy the boring, enjoy the monotony, like find love in it, find passion in it, right? And so that way you do those things because momentum cures everything. You do it today, oh, it's hard. Tomorrow it gets a little easier. Next thing it gets easier. Next thing you just do it because it's automatic. You don't realize the stuff you do. So it is this really weird dichotomy of like, once you get going, because when you're new in practice, you go, ooh, I hope I could I help this person? They could pay me. I hope they do. And when you go, they're better. Oh my goodness, they're better. You're excited. But then when you a decade in, you go, yeah, I'll totally fix this. This is easy. Like, I do this in my sleep. Come in here, let me adjust you. I will fix that. And then you get better. And they get better. And they're like, you're the best doctor in the world. They give me a high five and a hug. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I got to get excited there, right? So it's setting that expectation. So it is a really fine line between that. So I think that's the excitement of being a new doc is the learning. As an old doc, it's going, what am I not doing today that I should be doing? I know I should. When I lay in bed at night and I go, I should have done that. Write that down. Do those things, because then practice gets fun again, gets exciting again.
Nice. It's basically the free throws and the layups. They make the practice, and that's it. And that's why people make them insignificant. You feel like you're a superstar at certain times. And I think a lot of chiropractors, I think a lot of professionals anywhere would back off from that from time to time. And then it's part of that learning curve. So I think you brought that point home pretty well. So that's great.
I like the chop wood, carry water. That's always been, that was a Dr. Freddie Schofield thing. He said, chop wood, carry water. And I never understood that. As a young doc, it never registered in my brain. Is it funny how somebody in your life would tell you something? You're like, oh yeah, I totally get it. And then like a decade goes by and you're like, oh my goodness, I totally get it. I see what you mean. Like it's this revelation. It's this moment. You're like, ah, dang, how did it take me so long? Right. So yeah, I do the chop wood, carry water.
Truth is in simplicity.
Yeah.
And that's it.